Okay, are you ready now? Like, let's just take a deep breath, everybody. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Let's cleanse our energetic palate as we get ready to dive into Jesus crackers.
The pits of hell.
Jesus crisis. Jesus Christ. We're getting into 90 Day Fiancé, The Last Resort.
Wow. This episode.
And I don't even know what to say. Season 1, episode 4, entitled, How Long Do You Last? And yes, that is referring to what you think it's referring to, which is sex.
With Big Ed specifically.
Because that's all this episode was about.
Yeah.
Was sex.
Yep.
So we're going to be having conversations about sex.
A lot of it.
As it concerns the most unappealing and unappetizing and unattractive people in the history of TLC. Now, I've got to envision somebody like Big Ed.
Or Angela.
Or Angela.
So gross, dude.
Angela.
So nasty.
Having sex.
Ugh.
And I didn't fucking appreciate it. I felt like it was a psychic attack. I felt really unhappy about this episode. I couldn't even deal with it. My husband was watching with me and he's just like, are you serious right now?
Dude, it was wild. Ethel texted me when I was at work and she was like, have you watched the 90 Day Fiancé episode yet? And I was like, no. And she's like, well, I can't spoil it for you, but it's nasty.
It's
and I'm
nasty.
Like, oh my God. So then I watched it and I was busting my ass laughing because it's just so cringy that you can't help but laugh. And then I texted you and I was like, you got to mentally prepare for this one, girl.
It was really terrible.
Yeah.
It was really, really terrible. Jesus.
Are you
crackers.
scarred for life?
I am, yes. We opened the episode with Jovi and Yara doing some yoga.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares about any of that.
Yeah.
Jovi is still very uncertain about my future with you, Yara, because like you're hiding the fact that you're on birth control. Then we all gather in some sort of fucking conference room to meet. What was she? I wrote it down. Oh,
Reba.
The pleasure positive sex educator, Reba. It's a charming, lovely lady who's here to teach, I don't know, a group of 30, 40, and 50-year-olds about sex.
For some fucking reason.
I can't take it.
Because I guess some of them, some of them
fucking take
in
it.
their defense haven't had sex ed. Like a Swelu
But they've had sex.
and Yara. Yeah, but they have never had sex ed, so they don't know where the G spot is, Delia. They have to be shown. They have to be told how to have sex properly.
I need you to guide this whole part of the pod because I'm repulsed. The older I get, the harder it is for me to like look at people kissing on
You are just like your
TV.
daughter.
I can't, if I'm thinking about the spit, if I'm hearing mouth noises, I'm like really, it's really disgusting to me. And then if you add to that Big Ed is the one who's opening his mouth to kiss somebody and that person is actually consenting in some way to kiss Big Ed. I can't. It is the most unsexy thing I've ever seen in my life.
You are just like your daughter because she literally cannot watch any sex scenes and anything. I told her about this episode. She's like, I can't watch it. I'm not going to be able to watch it. I'm like, why? It's funny.
I was cringing.
I think it's hilarious.
So deeply into my body that it became a kegel, which as we call this at Reality TV Cringe, is a kregel. My whole body down to my punana was tensing up and convulsing.
Meanwhile, I'm just laughing and having a great time watching this.
Just because you're high.
Well, no, I wasn't actually. I watched this sober.
You have to be high to watch this show.
I watched this sober and I was enjoying every minute of it. I thought it was hilarious. I mean, so disgusting.
The preposterous notion that a man like Ed could just sit at a table with a lady like Liz, who's average at best, but she's a normal person, and presume to talk about sex to me.
I know.
As if he has it.
And then they have to rate their sex lives, and he rates it with Liz a 5 out of 10.
No, at first he says it was an 11 when we started. Because I was fucking slanging the D.
Well, apparently she said it was spectacular sex at the very beginning. But then
she's never had good sex.
I mean, girl, I don't know why she has such a low self-esteem. It's pathetic at this point. I'm like, why are you with a man?
Because she's a clout goblin. There's no redeeming value to that person.
Well, I was talking to Ethel about this though.
I don't mean to judge.
And she said that Liz has been married like multiple times and she's only 30 and she's got a kid.
Because she's damaged.
And so she like probably feels really low in herself and everything.
She would have to be with somebody like Ed.
Yes. But then she reveals in this group sex therapy session that apparently Ed can't last very long.
Because he can't thrust.
Because he needs like a 5 to 10 minute break. And she's like, I can't do that. Like, I'd rather get myself off is what she says, which is gross. I don't want to think about that, but I think it's hilarious. And Ed's response to that is like, well, just go find a different partner then.
He can't take it. How about you lose 100 pounds? How are you 5'1" and 150 pounds overweight? I'm not trying to judge here, but like, take some personal responsibility for the fact that you were repulsive.
Well, Delia, you're being very insensitive because you said he just got out of back surgery, and
she
that's
said months
why.
ago, and he's like 2 weeks ago. I believe her.
I know.
And he's always been like this.
I know.
There's never a time, there was never a season
Never.
where he was not like this. He's just getting big in proportion to how he's always been. A bowling ball, an M&M of a person. The audacity for you to sit there and tell me you had sex that was an 11. I don't think so, Big Ed.
An 11.
Okay, Big Ed.
With his small wiener? Angela confirmed it like 2 episodes ago. She's like, you can get an extension. I know a guy that can give you a penis extension.
Well, to be fair to Big Ed, he was
Smaller.
flaccid in the hot tub.
Oh,
So it's
like
not like he
that
was
makes a
erect with his
difference.
thunderous cock.
Like
Okay.
that makes a difference.
I'm
Thunderous
appalled
cock.
to be in this conversation talking about this right now. And so Liz is saying basically that she just has to get off herself, that
Yeah.
he doesn't have the goods, he doesn't have the skills, he doesn't have the body
We know
to give her
this.
any pleasure whatsoever. And he's horrified that she's saying this in front of all these other losers. But it's not like we didn't know it anyway. And Liz, you are a fool. You're doing this for TLC clout, for a TLC check. You're moving to Arkansas, my girl.
She got
For a
married to him.
She got married to him
She
last week.
married Big Ed last
So
week.
you deserve everything that you get. You get what you settle for.
I don't
And this
get
is
it.
your life. You have chosen it.
Yeah.
It makes sense now, though, that she's been married a million times before.
Yeah.
Not unlike myself.
She's got a low self-esteem, but you would never go for a Big Ed.
No, dude. No, dude. I didn't leave my marriages because of low self-esteem.
No.
It was because I had a lot of self-esteem.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I feel like Liz has maybe a substance abuse problem. I feel like
Totally,
she
she's
doesn't.
drinking.
She definitely doesn't feel like she's worthy.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's got no confidence. There's no other reason to be with Big Ed other than you feel like you can't do any better, which
That's probably what she thinks. That's honestly my opinion about it. That's why when they break up,
Mitch McConnell would be better.
well, yeah,
Joe Biden would be better.
for sure.
A brain dead person comatose in a wheelchair would be better.
But that's why when they break up, she's so devastated because then she's like, wow, am I so fucking repulsive and awful to be around that Big Ed, this lump of a man won't want to be with me?
Like if
That's
you
what
get
it-
into the law of attraction
Yeah.
and you buy
Spiritual.
into, if you buy into the idea that you attract what you are,
Yeah.
and then you find yourself having attracted Big Pred, what does that say about you as a spiritual being, as a human being?
She's
You
got
are
a Big Ed
attracting
within her.
something about him is mirroring something within you. And maybe Liz, maybe that's the kind of therapy you should be getting into.
Yeah, maybe.
Examining yourself as to why you would attract this foul person. This foul man.
This bridge troll of a man.
Then we have Asuelu and
He's
Kalani.
so dumb.
And he's acting like he doesn't know how to do sex.
I mean, he probably doesn't.
Can I use my spit to lube it up?
Ugh.
And poor goddamn Reba is like, no, you'll give her a yeast infection. But you're used to that.
Yeah. You got that in your mouth
You
already.
had that in your mouth.
Yeah.
You had that in your pants. You're used to yeast infections. And all right. What else? So then we start rating sex from the
Yes.
couples. Jovi says, I think a 6.
Which is so mean.
It is mean because you're sitting there with Yara, who is
A goddess.
objectively a beautiful woman.
I'm like, the most beautiful woman you're ever going to get, Jovi, with your Easter
the
egg
world.
island hide.
So he says 6. She says 8, which I
Yeah.
think is generous.
I mean, way too generous.
They start talking about what Yara needs in order to have pleasurable sex.
Yeah.
Which is like a little bit of foreplay.
Yeah.
A little bit of like, talk to me nicely.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a little massage.
Right. Sensual seduction.
Jovi's like, I don't feel like I should have to do all this work just to have sex. Why do I have to do stuff to have sex?
I feel like it's not normal to make that much effort to have sex. I'm like, dude, you are such a fucking frat boy. But then at the same breath, you want sex whenever you want it.
Yeah.
Though. Like you never want to have to ask for it and you wish you had more sex. I'm just like, you are wild to me. And Yara even says like, this is not pleasurable.
And it's
so
not.
jackhammering, right?
Jackhammering, that's what
My
jackhammering is,
God.
Beatrice. I've
And
been
you
speaking
know-
about it.
He only lasts like probably 10, 15 minutes. though.
Probably. He's
Like,
not
at the
a good
most.
lover.
Mm-mm.
Ugh, all these people are
I can't.
absolutely gross.
I can't.
So after the lecture is over and we learn about prostate orgasms and this and that, and I'm just like, get me out of here right now. Everybody leaves and Big Ed is pissed.
Yes.
He's
mad at
embarrassed.
Liz.
Like, why did you have to say that? Nobody else was talking about their spouse like that.
well, because you don't pleasure Liz. Because you don't do anything
She doesn't
for
give a
Liz.
shit. She's like, shut up. She does not care.
She's like, I'm being honest because it's therapy. I have to be honest in therapy.
Oh my God. So everybody has homework. I guess Liz and Ed
Don't talk about the homework,
have to
man.
masturbate together. And I guess Kalani and Asuelu
Have to masturbate
have
separately.
to masturbate separately. Kelly and Molly have to figure out how to just be able to talk about sex
Yeah.
because they can't even get anywhere near it.
Well, because they're not having any sex because she's repulsed by him now that he's a jobless loser, apparently.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm a retired cop.
I moved down.
20 or 30 years of service. I'm making a
Yes.
pension. I'm making a
Hello?
living. Let me just have 1 year off, Molly.
God, I moved down to be with you. So, of course, I don't want to work right now. Like, I'm already doing all this stuff, but then, like abusing your daughter.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Abusing your daughter. And then we have Yara and Jovi who are supposed to just cuddle with no sex. We'll see if
Yeah.
Jovi can do it.
No.
And
he
she
won't.
makes it very hard on him later in this episode when she comes out in this beautiful like satin robe
Sexy
with
black robe.
I'm
with
presuming some
makeup.
lingerie underneath.
Oh,
And
totally.
he immediately starts getting activated and he's like, how am I supposed to just cuddle you?
I mean, I just want to fuck you already.
I hate him.
He's such a frat boy, dude.
What do you bring to the table?
Nothing.
What do you
Money?
offer? Well, probably money.
Yeah.
Probably a living. That's
That's
what it is. But all she wants to do is go back to Europe,
Yep.
find herself a European man in a leather jacket,
Yep.
and get away from you.
I think they're all inventing this. That's why she showed up all sexy like that. I'm like, this is so stupid. If you really wanted to cuddle, you would have showed up looking ugly
Yeah.
as fuck. In sweatpants and shit with your hair up in a bun. But she's always got to look hot.
Well, she is hot.
I mean, she is, yeah. And she wants it from him,
Then
too.
we have Kalani and Asuelu in their hotel room, and they're talking about their homework.
in front of
and
their kids.
I guess for Asuelu, he calls masturbation fufu.
Yeah,
And
that was kind of funny.
he feels like when he foo-foos, it's bad luck. And so he's very reticent to foo-foo. But because it's homework, he's going to have to go to
will
his
do it.
hotel room. He's going to have to foo-foo.
He will do it for Kalani, for
And
their
Kalani's
marriage.
like, I can't wait to foo-foo.
I'm going to think about my other man.
Once. And I'm going to call him.
Yeah.
We're going to foo-foo. We're going to FaceTime.
gonna
And I'm going to foo-foo with him.
Yes.
We know that.
Mm.
And then we have a scene of Asuelu
What was this?
later in the evening, alone in his hotel room because he's been banished by Kalani, who hates him, essentially.
She's disgusted by him.
And I'm disgusted by him because he's humping the wall in his towel
And his towel with his pee-pee out.
because it's pixelated, which
Yep.
means we know TLC is trying to cover his erect penis.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I watching right now?
And then he starts thrusting on the corner of the bed. I'm like, is that what you do? And then he's got his hand on his booty. Yeah.
So sexy.
Oh my God.
I wish
so
I had a
hot.
man like Asuelu.
I mean,
He's such a Polynesian
doesn't he get
Lothario.
you all,
Such a
like-
god. No!
Mm.
I find him to be gross.
So does Kalani.
Then we get to Angela. Now, Angela was not able to make it to the sex seminar
She had to have her own private session.
because she has a husband who is on the iPad.
Is on the
He's
iPad.
in Nigeria on an iPad.
Yeah.
I'm like, why didn't he get to go to this, though? Because
I
he's been
know.
to every other counseling session. Why can't he be there?
Well, it's because it's dedicated for them because they're long distance lovers.
It doesn't make any sense, but lovely Reba goes to Angela's hotel room and starts talking about their sex life. And
Yeah.
apparently we hear again that Michael doesn't like to masturbate because in his religion, they have something against spilling your seed.
But you can go fuck other women though. Like,
Right.
I mean, you're obviously cheating on Angela.
Of course.
I mean, I hope you are. I
Of
hope
course.
you're cheating
And
on
I'm
her with
sure
some of the other.
He's
that are-
100% foo-fooing over
Yeah,
there in
totally.
Nigeria. And so they have a conversation about that. And then Reba recommends remote sexual stimulation. And so she gives Michael an app. She gives Angela a vibrator, which
Bluetooth.
automatically forces us to think about that, doesn't it?
putting
Now
up her coochie.
Thinking about it.
Yeah. With her getting pleasured via Bluetooth.
Beatrice.
Michael controlling it on his phone. It's really funny though, him on the screen, him being like,
I just
Pressing
was
it?
so uncomfortable.
Oh.
I was so uncomfy through this whole thing. And so Angela's opening her veneer-teethed mouth and cackling.
Is so excited.
So excited.
Did you see her necklace that said sexy, but it's spelled SEKXI?
Yeah, I saw that a couple of episodes ago.
Iconic.
I know that she feels that way about herself. I don't feel that way about her in this moment or any other.
She literally says in this moment, too, she's like, Meemaw's getting her groove back with this vibrator as she takes it into the bathroom to immediately
Insert it into her vagina?
Yes.
Are we inserting it into our grandma's vagina?
Of course.
Is it going into Meemaw's vagina?
Yes.
I'm disturbed.
Yes.
I'm troubled.
I know.
This is problematic bullshit on my television.
I know.
And then she gets out with a red satin and she gets into bed.
Yep. The next scene is her saying, I feel like I got a corn cob shoved up my ass. And then it feels like there's a lump on my coochie.
Wait, what? She has something in her ass?
She said it feels like she's got a corn cob.
Did she put something in her ass?
I don't know if she put it up her ass or if she put it in her coochie, but she can feel it in her ass. I don't know.
I don't know what's happening in this world.
She's in a pink satin.
I don't know why I share this planet with other people like this. I feel like I'm better than all these people.
We are.
Why are we sharing oxygen with these people? So then he starts vibrating her?
Yeah, because she's in her pink satin gown and she's waddling around with it in her coochie to get into bed because they're going to have sexy time. And she's laying in the bed, Delia. She's laying in the bed and he's vibrating it. And she's moaning in ecstasy.
Oh, God. Why?
You saw those scenes, right? Or did you look away?
I was looking away.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I was
in
like
the
looking
scenes,
away and then glancing and looking away. And every once in a while glancing and then looking away.
In the scenes, they have like different audio.
Yeah.
Because it's like her being like laughing and doing her swamp hag cackle. It's that.
Yeah.
But the scene is not that. Like you can tell it's her in bed.
Actually moaning?
Yes.
Oh,
like actually,
my
it
God.
was horrid. I was
Shut your
so
mouth.
embarrassed watching that.
Shut your mouth.
I'm serious.
That's truly terrible.
It was so disgusting.
That's the stuff of nightmares.
But
it's horrifying.
Michael does say, though, that he likes this Bluetooth thing because he can pleasure her from long distance.
Yeah.
And he thinks he likes that. And I'm like, yeah, because you don't have to actually pleasure
her. Yeah, you don't actually have to do anything. And when Reba recommends him having a sleeve on his cock,
Bluetooth
he's like,
sleeve.
no.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm good.
I don't need it from Angela.
No, not at all.
I'm getting it from the other ladies here.
Oh, Lord Jesus. The last scene in this episode was Molly and Kelly having that separate session with that one therapist. And they're talking about their relationship. And Molly's not budging.
Nope.
She's not happy.
Mm-mm.
She does not like that Kelly didn't work when he went to Georgia, didn't support her in the way that she felt she needed it, didn't take things off of her plate to make her life easier. And Kelly's getting really upset. And he's like, I can't sit here while she's lying.
Yeah, which
And I'm
is
like,
interesting.
I wonder if she is, because I kind of feel like Molly is lying.
I think she is. I think she wants to put him down because she's kind of a terrible person because she says he doesn't support her mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, financially, like all of these, like he's so terrible to her. And I'm just like, wow, all because he retired from being a cop, which you knew about because he was relocating to be with you for some reason.
Yeah, I'm wondering what he thinks she's lying about, though. Maybe he's alluding to the fact that they had this big falling out because he allegedly assaulted her daughter, who was, by the way, acting out and is just a known terror.
So, really?
Yeah, she's got big fucking mouth.
Okay.
I think she's been arrested a couple of times for drugs like fentanyl. Like she's a bad seed. So I can kind of see him getting into an altercation with her. And so maybe he really wants to talk about the actual problem. And Molly's pretending that I'm mad because he sat around on my couch and didn't mow the lawn.
And he's lazy.
And he's like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that this is what is wrong in our relationship. If she's not going to tell the truth, then I'm out.
Yeah.
And he actually starts crying.
Yeah, and then he gets up and walks away, which is I'm like, dude, just sit there and have the therapist try and mitigate this and try and talk about it like Dr. Orna on couples therapy.
Yes, goals.
But this is 90 Day Fiancé, so we're talking,
right.
you know.
Right. So he ends up walking away, and we're at the same place that we were last week.
Yep.
And the week before that. And the week before that.
They hate each other.
Because
I don't know why they're
Molly
here.
doesn't want any actual resolution. She just wants to put him down and shame him.
Yep.
And he just wants a check.
Yep. Of course.
Then we get to the preview for next week, and we see Big Ed getting past life regression.
I know.
in which he sees himself in a leprechaun costume buried.
He is telling that as a joke, dude. He is not taking that seriously.
It's really dumb.
It's really dumb.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel for reality television. But the fact that he would say that he was ultimately what he's going to say is that he performed in a circus.
Yeah.
The fact that that's what he would choose, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
I could see you doing that in the past life. We see Angela and maybe Liz or Yara or some other nondescript woman talking to Kalani about Kalani's homework of masturbation.
And who she was thinking about.
That's right. Kalani's like, I did it twice.
Yeah.
And Angela's like, yeah, but who were you thinking about?
Not a Swelu.
Not a Swelu. Then we see Kelly, Asuelu, and Jovi seemingly plan to steal away and go to the strip club.
Yeah, because Asuelu's never been to a strip club. And watch Kalani get mad about that.
She will.
Watch. No, I think she'll get mad.
All the audacity. She will.
I think she will totally get mad about it, even though she's repulsed by Asuelu, wants nothing to do with him. She's only thinking about her new man's. She's probably DMing him on Instagram because she only blocked his number.
She's literally FaceTiming him, doing her homework of masturbation with this dude for sure.
With her kids in the other fucking room.
She didn't care.
With Colini.
Absolutely.
So it's probably going to just be drama. It's going to be so stupid.
It's going to be dumb. I don't even think they're going to make it to a strip club, but it's
you don't think
kind
so?
of, no, I don't know if they will. Maybe production will facilitate that, but it's kind of fucked up of Jovi.
Oh,
because
totally.
he knows how much this in particular bothers Yara.
Well, Jovi doesn't care.
Remember, he went to the strip club on their anniversary.
Dude.
Which was really horrible.
Yep.
And it's a deep offense and an insult to her. And so he's going to go during marriage counseling retreat to a strip club.
It's because he's addicted to seeing naked ladies, dude. Ugh. He's a terminal bachelor who's probably got HPV or some shit.
Oh.
Probably.
Yikes.
At least herpes.
Herpes?
That's what
Oh, God.
He's at least got that.
Oh, God, that's the worst of them. Out of all of them, I would hate to have herpes.
Well, he's a man whore.
HPV, too. You can't cure that.
I know.
I mean, at least give me chlamydia. I can take a pill and get rid of chlamydia. But Jesus crackers.
I know.
All these people are repugnant.
They're so gross.
And thus concludes our recap of 90 Day Fiancé The Last Resort.
It's a dumpster fire.
It's what raccoons love to eat. And we love to eat trash.
Yeah.
What are we doing in a dumpster but eating garbage?
I mean, this is a feast for us.
And we thank you, TLC. I really do love it.
I mean, me too.
But I mean, I was uncomfortable. I was craigling.
Oh my God.
I was deeply, deeply unhappy with this episode.
It was hilarious to me.
Well,
I was laughing
you're
my ass
married
off.
to my daughter.
Yeah.
My daughter is a lot like me. And so I can see her being like, I'm out.
She's like, I can't, don't even tell me
No
about
way.
it. She's like, it's cringing. It makes me uncomfortable just hearing about it.
100% same page. All right, everybody. So thus concludes our entire episode in which we talked about Welcome to Plathville. We also talked about 90 Day Fiancé. Now, don't forget we have a YouTube. And so if you're listening to this, definitely go to our YouTube.
Yeah.
Give us a like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to grow our channel over there.
Yeah.
And we will be back next week again to talk about Sister Wives and probably react to Sister Wives.
Yes, girl.
We'll be back on Monday or Tuesday for that. And is there anything else that we need to say to these beautiful raccoons up?
Well, if you love our podcast, I would hope that you give us a glowing 5-star review on your favorite podcast platform. It really helps us grow the pod, so we really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And until next time, peace. Bye.